Hi, everybody, and welcome to our Dance Journeys podcast. This is our third already, which is amazing. I had an amazing women, mostly now being women. So let's see what's going to happen our next year podcast. But yeah, this is going to be the last one for this year. And I'm really excited to talk with my Italian friend. It's been now every time we have had a guest from a different country as well, which has been amazing. But yeah, we've been kind of all meeting still in UK, so that's that's kind of one common thing in there. But I really want to welcome you guys to joining us for this podcast. And yeah, I hope you're gonna enjoy everything. And if you have any questions, you can always pop them in there. And as well, if even later on you have questions, please just pop them on the comment section, and we will just get back to you on those. But yeah, so my third guest today for this last one for this year, 2020. Crazy to think that this is the last one for this year. So my guest today is Valeria Levi, and she's from Italy. And she is now, especially, she's now in Italy. But yeah, we kind of have met also through in Scotland. And it's been really pleasant to be working with her, and I'm really excited that she can now share her dance journey with all of you guys. So further, just I'm going to give you now, Valeria, you can introduce yourself and tell just a little bit about you, what you do.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, Pirita. Thank you for inviting me today. Yes, you can tell by my accent I'm Italian, and I'm based between Italy and Glasgow at the moment. In Glasgow, I'm a student at the Glasgow University. And yes, actually, I met Pirita thanks to Glasgow Uni Gym, and also thanks to the Dance Glasgow studio. And yeah, I've never thought 1 years ago when we met that the journey could be so rich and so fruitful. But now we're here, and that's great. That's great. So 2020 is not a bad year for everything.
Exactly. Yeah, lots of good things have happened as well in despite this crazy year that we all have experienced. So, can you tell us a little bit about your background in dance? Like, did you find dance when you were younger, or did you kind of find dance a little bit when you're or in a kind of older age?
So I actually found dancing when I was a bit younger, when I was in middle school. Uh, I did 4 years dancing of hip hop and modern dance. Then I dropped. I dropped because I didn't feel very confident. I had other stuff to do, blah blah blah. So excuses that everyone can bring about. And then when I moved back to Glasgow, I decided I wanted to dance again. So I joined some classes at the Dance Glasgow studio, as I said before, at the Glasgow Uni Gym. But again, it was something I was doing occasionally. Uh, it was just this during the spring break, during the first lockdown, that I started joining many of Pirita classes, and finally I also decided to do the challenge, the Groove Back Challenge, at the end of July. I was and I am in the first group of the Groove Back Challenge with a friend of mine as well, that I have to thank, Benedetta, because I wouldn't have joined the challenge if she didn't encourage me to do it. And so yes, this is my background, a little bit of my history.
Amazing. Yeah, and it's so often happens that it's a friend or it's a family member or somebody who kind of encourage you to find different things and hobbies. And so lovely that it's been Benedetta there who's been kind of also encouraging you to go for it. So oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. And now the kind of thinking of the life now that before the lockdown and before this pandemic, how has your dancing changed now?
Okay. Of course, I think the opportunity of dancing at home gives you more time. So, of course, I wouldn't be able to join as many classes as I'm doing right now if I had to like go to a physical place. At the same time, I really miss the feeling of being in a room with other people, of seeing you, Pirita, and yeah, I really miss the fact of being present and having someone who also can give you little tips, look at you at your energy in there, and that's that's something I miss. But at the same time, really, I'm happy that I can do as many classes as I wish, and yeah, I think that's it.
Great, good. So, kind of now through this pandemic, you have had a chance. You felt like you have had a chance to dance more, which is what we have discussed in this podcast as well. So often that people have found themselves dancing more now when they have a little bit, of course, had a little bit more time, but as well now that this through online has given a little bit possibility to dance more, which is amazing. So, what do you
Yes,
think?
and of course,
Yeah,
also, sorry, I would
yeah,
say that
yeah.
if you have more time, you also have the chance to explore a bit more through your body, through also different style of dances. So that's been great as well. Maybe if I decided just to start a course, I would of course pick something a bit more specific. Whereas right now, I think it's also great that you, Pirita, can teach like every style, every possible style in the earth, almost. And yeah, and of course, this gives you a lot in terms of physicality and also confidence, I would say.
Great. And what do you think have been before kind of the pandemic? Do you remember what kind of things that you felt like you're struggling with your dancing and kind of that training? Or what did you notice on dance classes where you went?
Yes, I remember you asked me the same question during our groovy call, the call we had before starting the challenge, and I remember I told you that memory was one of my issue, because I was really struggling with remembering choreographies, and I was like, there's something going on in my brain, maybe, because I can generally remember stuff I read, but I can't remember a move. So there must be some block in my mind, and also, yeah, sometimes I was struggling a lot with my moves from my upper body. Still working on that, guys, but I can see some improvements, so that's great.
Great. And what do you think has been now an improvement of those things? So you were struggling with those. Have you noticed any kind of improvement on those your challenges you had before?
Yes, I found some improvements, be, because sometimes I realize that I don't have to think too much when I'm dancing. I need more to stay present, to feel my body, and this is not easy because we're always saying with Pirita that my mind is faster than my body. So most of the time, I learned that if I want to make improvements, I have to shut my mind a little bit. I have to shut the stupid questions about are you good enough? You're not doing it very well, blah blah blah. So it's not easy. It's also, yes, I would say a mind work. It's not only a body work. So if you wanna challenge yourself on both sides, I would recommend to start dancing. Yeah.
Yeah. And where do you think those kind of questions has come to your mind of when you notice that you are in a dance class and you felt like it's been the struggle has been that it's hard to remember what you're doing, and then these questions coming to your mind, which is like it sounds that you have put a lot of pressure on yourself, like you're not good enough, you're not doing it well. Where do you think those kind of things has been starting to come in your mind? Where is it coming from? Do you know?
It's a difficult question. I would say they don't come from someone outside. I think they really come from myself, from my being critical. Um, and something which is helping me a lot is not to look at myself at the mirror too much, even though I have the tendency to do it, especially when we are on a dance studio. So what I would suggest, even if it's very hard at the beginning, because you are used to look at yourself in the mirror, help yourself with visual clues. Actually, if you want to see improvements and if you want to like stop the stupid question in your mind, you just need to enjoy yourself. And I think you really enjoy yourself if you start dancing and you just feel what you're doing and not look at what you're doing. It's I think if you're performing, you just need to enjoy yourself and spread the joy of performing. Then there are other people watching you who can tell if you were good or not.
Yeah, so it seems like it's coming from a lot also on that kind of your feeling like you putting that pressure on yourself on like you want to be perfect, and if it's not the way you want it to be, you putting that pressure through that on your dancing. And maybe that's been also then kind of the part that it's not helping you to remember because you're too much of criticizing yourself before you even going for it. And it's maybe something that it's been building up there throughout of, yeah, like you said, like you're putting that on yourself. And do you think now that you've been dancing, have you been better with this? Do you still sometimes notice yourself of going to these questions, or is it getting better? Is it more easier to now remember the choreographs, or is it easier to be dancing on those classes now?
I think it depends. It depends on the day. It depends on the week. So I wouldn't say that it's a journey in which I have achieved the destination yet. So it's still an ongoing process, and I really needed to remind myself to be less harsh. And actually, I didn't say this before, but also one of the reasons why sometimes I was really critical with myself is that I play sport and yeah, most I'm quite good at sports, and so sometimes it was a bit of a struggle to see that at sports I could do many things, whereas at dancing was completely different, a completely different field, and it wasn't as easy. And so yes, now I lost my point about sports. Yeah. So,
Well, yeah, it sounds like, yeah, because you have that sport background. It's so easy to go into that of course you focus on differently on the technique and differently on the training, and really you have a different focus in there. But now when you start dancing, it's more of, yeah, it was out of your comfort zone. It's not that you are just focusing on something in front of you. You need to be so present on your own body and start to listen to your body, which might felt like, oh my god, what's really happening in here, and then allowing yourself to do those kind of mistakes what people are so afraid to do. So I think it can really be from there, from the sport background. And yeah, allowing yourself to do mistakes, that's sometimes hard, right?
Yeah, there's a Pirita motto that everyone's know: there are no mistakes, only good solos. So, guys, if you ever have a doubt in your mind or some harsh judgments on yourself, really, really, it helps. If you start repeating it as a mantra, it can help.
Good. So, what do you think now, looking at you, how much you're dancing, and what is really dance giving to you on your weeks?
I'm so grateful. I started dancing again. I have to thank you for accompanying me throughout this journey. And yes, dancing is giving me lots of just joy and enjoyment. I think we really needed this now during this pandemic, but every time. Uh, and yes, I would say joy, enjoyment, but also it's my own space. It's my own space where I can try to be myself. As we talk about this throughout all the podcast, it's really a time for being a bit less critical, and so that's great. Also, when I dancing, I'm always trying to do this for myself, but I have to say that I'm a person who also likes to share a lot. So my practice at the moment is for myself, but I would also like to address it to other people in the future. So I would say it's an experiment I'm making right now on myself, but then hopefully I will. It will not just belong to myself. It will also belong to other people.
Great, great. And what is the biggest reason you dance? Could you put it on a few words? Why do you dance?
Ah. Why do I dance? I dance. I think there's something that tells you to dance. There's a voice inside some people who tells you to dance. So it's not me. It's the voice. It's the voice who told me, who's telling me to dance. And I maybe everyone has that voice. I'm not sure, but many people don't want to listen to it, and I try not to listen to it. But yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy that in 2020 I decided to listen to the voice, and I really don't want to stop listening to it anymore.
Amazing. Wow. That is really beautifully said that everybody has that voice. And I think there's like different cultures where the dance is so part of that culture. And so I feel like if we can get that joy of dancing to everybody and let people to listen to that voice of like, yeah, let them go. It's a beautiful thought. And yeah, this is what I've said you all guys as always of dancing is the most amazing physical but mental training and practice as well. So I'm always hoping that everybody would dance. And so that's really beautifully said. And also that when I've kind of asked like what's kind of topic and what kind of line like you would like to talk about this podcast, and you said dancing through not feeling good enough. And now you've been kind of like telling that kind of sport background, how is that putting you, that you put your pressure on yourself, and it might be that even if you put that pressure on yourself and you come to dance classes, you're not really enjoying it anymore. So what would you say for the people, if there's other people who is listening to this now and feeling like the same feeling, like I'm not good enough, or like I'm afraid to go to class because I'm not good enough, or like I can't follow, or what would you say to these people that has really is what has also helped you? What would you say to these people?
Okay, I would say to that first of all that you can do it, and really don't trust that voice. sorry, my cat. And she wants to dance as well. And yeah, I would say that every time at every class, you should set yourself a little goal. A little goal that that time you will do that move a bit better. That time you will focus on a part of your body. That time you will remember the choreography a bit more. Just really something small, a small goal, but something you can reach. And this will help you build a bit more confidence and also make less efforts as you go through, as you improve. Because of course you cannot pretend, you cannot exaggerate and ask yourself too much. But I think sometimes we can do a long road with small steps, and this is something I learned because with Pirita we had many discussions. I'm a very impatient person, so sometimes I really want to run super fast and jumps over some steps. And whereas this challenge, and Pirita told me, stop, go a bit slower, and you will get there. If you want to get there, you will get there, but do it with small steps. So that's my advice. So try, guys, try, and let us know how it works for you.
So are you, when you notice in the classes that you start to get on these moments of like you start to saying like, oh, I'm not good enough, and you get those little frustration moments, what are you saying to yourself on those moments? Are you giving yourself a little task as well, or what else do you do on yourself on those moments?
I'm doing something that you said to me. I'm asking myself, is this question useful in this moment? Does this question help me to challenge myself to do something better? And if the answer is no, I'm just like shifting this thought away from me. And again, at the beginning, you will have like not just one of these thoughts. I would say many. And but yeah, every time, take them away. Ask yourself, should I care about this? No. Okay, I keep on going. Should I care about that other thing? No. Okay, I keep going. And then maybe at some point you will get without questioning. You will just enjoy yourselves without that fear of not being good enough.
Exactly. And it is really the baby steps that we just need to go forward, and dancing so often is, for so many people, it's stepping out of comfort zone. It's totally stepping out of comfort zone, which is also helping you grow faster when you step out of your comfort zone. But yeah, it's a really good advice to think about those small steps forward. And then if it's not valuable, just put it aside and focus more on a different topics and enjoy your dancing. What do you think of now, kind of this ending our little podcast today? What do you think has been now throughout this journey that you've been going through with dance, and it has grown a lot, and it has changed a lot for yourself, and you have started to find yourself differently in dance? What is the biggest kind of your success moment that you were so happy with your dancing, or you had a moment in a class, or what is the kind of now being the most that comes firstly in your mind?
Okay, I'm so happy that now sometimes when I close my eyes, I can see myself dancing. I can see myself doing new choreographies I've never played before, and yeah, I think this is just great because as we were saying, sometimes dancing is not just a physical training. It also helps you to change your mindset, and the idea that that now my brain can imagine of myself dancing, and not imagine just of other people dancing. It's really something that helps me believe that I can do it. I can follow this path, and maybe other people will join me, or I will help them to join me through a dance journey. Mm-mm. So yeah, that's what I thought.
Wonderful. And then a last question. Um, Now that you've done this, and then it's already giving you this much, and I can sense like if that is your kind of a biggest amazing moment that you can close your eyes and you see all these choreographs coming to your mind, it's like you have got inspired through dance. So have you noticed anything different on your daily life that has come through dance now? Has your weeks kind of changed, and how they have changed?
Okay, yes, of course, my weeks have changed. And as I said before, I have a sport background, so of course I had to change my training, and but this actually made me feel better. I really realized that sometimes I was super tired, and my body was trying to tell me something, but I wasn't listening to it. So of course now I'm very happy that dancing helped me to structure my weeks in a bit more balanced way, and also helped me to care about my body a bit more. So again, it's really, dancing is really something I would recommend for everyone. For everyone, not for being a super performer. It's I don't think it's the ultimate goal of dancing. I think the main goal is enjoying yourself, and being fine, comfortable with your body and your physicality.
Wow. I think that's a amazing way to end our podcast on those sentences of yeah, enjoying dancing, and reminding that you are doing that for yourself, and you're doing that with your own body, and it's not about, or like, comparing to the professional dancers, or comparing to yourself to others. It's all about you, and it's doing it for yourself, and taking care of your body and your mind, the ultimate goal, which I think it's for all of us. Amazing. I'm so happy that you gave this time for us all, and shared your journey already, and it's already lovely. It's been lovely to hear of how it way kind of started, and what kind of things you're thinking, and kind of getting out from that head and getting into your body, that kind of journey that you still feels like you're still discovering what
Yeah.
dance is for you, and what it's going to give for you in the end as well. And lovely to hear that you already can see that I want to share this to others as well, and help others to find it too, of what you have found for them. So that's really beautiful. Amazing. No, we're gonna finish our podcast for this, but what would you say? I know that is now the new year is coming, and everybody's making plans of 2021, of like, yes, this is my year. What would you say to these people?
Make dancing part of your year, part of your plans, of course. And as I said already, it won't just be something you do for training. It will be really something that will change your mind. So I think for starting a new year is something good to think about, a new project that will help you, brings different skill for yourself. So please go for it. And thank you for listening to us today.
Yes, definitely. I think there is a good way for us to And for today, I really want to thank you guys also for listening to us and joining us on this podcast. And I really hope that they will inspire you to find dancing for yourself or something else of what really is that inspires you. And if you have any questions, please just pop them in the comments as well. And I bet also Valeria will be happy to answer if there's any questions later on, even
Sure.
popping by as well. And yeah, we just want to wish now everybody amazing Christmas time and a wonderful start of the new year. So yeah, just wishing everybody Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Bye. Happy New Year.